Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten 774 here with the second video in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew Danger on Deception Island. So let's continue exploring the boat. Let's see if Katie has anything to say.
You know, Nancy, for what it's worth, I shot my mouth off pretty good at the town meeting last night.
You think that could be why somebody did this to your boat?
I did get pretty obnoxious. See, the thing is, this orca, this killer whale, showed up in the channel about a week ago and has been hanging around here ever since all by itself. She was getting way too close to boats, so I called the National Marines Fisheries Service. They made some recordings and did some tests and are analyzing them. In the meantime, they ordered all boats to stay at least 300 feet away from her or risk paying a $1,000 fine. That's what the meeting last night was about.
Some people don't like that idea?
The people that fish for a living sure don't. They're steering clear of the whale by taking the long way around the island to get out to sea, which costs them time and fuel. Some people say she should be captured and towed out to sea.
And what do you say?
I agree with the no-boat zone. I also think that if she's found to be sick, she should be shipped to a research facility for treatment, not returned to her pod. I said as much last night, only much more strongly.
Who's Andy Jason?
Andy does whale watching tours too. If I had $1 for every time he's come here trying to talk me into selling out to him, I wouldn't be fixing this engine. I'd be buying a new one.
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
Alright, what else can we look at on this boat? We can go up to the top here. Ooh.
This note wasn't here before, was it?
No, whoever messed up my boat must have written it.
Stop meddling or else. That probably reinforces her theory then that somebody's upset about what she thought about the orca.
Uh-oh. Katie's GPS doesn't look so hot.
Oof. Not good. Not good at all. Can we tell her about her GPS?
What's up?
I'm afraid whoever tore up your boat also wrecked your GPS device.
Oh no. It'd be a shame for you not to go kayaking. I know. Bike to the Hot Kettle Cafe and see if Holt Scotto will let you borrow a GPS from him.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
So we can't go kayaking until we have a GPS, according to Katie. So the kayak is down here. Ooh, hey, look, a bottle.
There's a piece of paper inside. Maybe it's a message. That's odd.
Rosebud 08.615. That is odd. Okay. It's kind of a cool view. So Katie says we should go to the Hot Kettle Cafe. Always remember to wear your helmet. Not because just in general it's a good idea, but because you'll get a second chance if you don't. Nancy will crash. So let's go to the Hot Kettle Cafe. The Hot Kettle Cafe is probably one of my favorite restaurants in the game. I think it'd be a lot of fun to actually visit. It's just got the cool stained glass and everything. Reserved for SHH Club Annual Party. That's close to the acronym for Secret of the Scarlet Hand, but not quite. Let's see. Okay, let's talk to the menu. No, let's look at the menu. See, this sounds so good. I would get a tall latte. Probably a scone. Yum. 27 choices of worldly tea. That's so cool. Oh, you can get a kettle of tea.
Well, looks like Snake Horse Harbor's got itself a newcomer.
I'm visiting Katie Firestone. My name's Nancy Drew.
Well, now, why would you want to do a thing like that?
Call myself Nancy Drew? Or visit Katie Firestone?
Well, you're not one of them save the whale and heck with everybody else crusader types like she is, are you?
Is that what you think Katie is?
Her true colors came out real clear last night. Us fishermen don't count. All that matters is rescuing that poor, precious orca out there. To heck with people trying to make a living. Of course, is the way she makes her living being hurt by that whale? Why, no. Her business is booming. Now, ain't that the oddest thing?
She's back at the boat right now trying to fix her engine. Somebody vandalized it.
She ticked off a lot of people last night. That's what she gets for being so meddlesome. Anyway, welcome to Snake Horse Harbor, home of Cadborosaurus. That's how this place got its name, you know.
Who's Cadborosaurus?
Well, that's the sea monster Native Americans used to see out in the channel ever so often. Called it the snake horse. Had the head of a horse and the body of a giant snake. People on Vancouver Island started calling it Cadborosaurus after it or one of its relatives was seen a couple of times in Cadboro Bay. They call it Caddy for short.
Is it a friendly sea monster?
Back in the late 1800s, he took the rap for a lot of hoodoo around here. Fog would roll in at night, and men would just vanish. It was the snake horse, people would say. Little did they know.
So it wasn't the snake horse?
Well, they'd been shanghaied. See, a bunch of establishments in town had secret panels built right into the walls. Guy'd be having a drink one minute, and next minute he'd be clobbered over the head, whisked into a secret passageway, and taken out to a ship waiting in the harbor. He'd wake up on the high seas and discover that if he wanted to survive, he'd better do what the captain ordered. No matter what he was before, he was now a sailor. It was a cheap way for captains to get crews back then, and an easy way for some of the town's citizens to make money.
Did you say you were a fisherman?
4th generation. I've fished every ocean for just about every fish you can make money fishing for. Lived here for the last 11 years.
Are you retired?
Fishermen never retire, young lady. After all, what would we do? Go fishing? Only reason I'm not out there right now is because I've been in and out of campaign meetings since 8 this morning.
No offense, but you don't look like a politician.
Why, thank you, young lady. I'll take that as a compliment. I think it's high time people around here started doing what makes sense, instead of doing what's politically correct all the time. Harbor master we got now bends over backwards so far for the environmentalists, it's a wonder he can still walk upright.
Whoever trashed Katie's boat also ruined her GPS.
Oh, now that's a shame.
Thing is, I'd like to go kayaking while I'm here, only I can't without a GPS.
Oh, now that really is a shame. Tell you what, I got a spare right here in my duffel. You know what else I got in my duffel?
I have no idea.
This is a little seamanship quiz I whipped up. I'm thinking about making people pass it before they're allowed to rent any kind of watercraft once I become harbor master. Here. The idea is to cut down on having to rescue people who got no business being out on the water in the first place. Trouble is, nobody's actually taken it yet. I need a guinea pig.
And that would be me?
If you pass the quiz, the GPS is yours. You'll need that container for the last question.
See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
So we have to take a quiz in order to get the GPS. Some of them are things you can just answer, like the sun always sets in the west.
That looks right.
Because it rises in the east. The current fine for clamming without a permit will need to find the left side of a boat is its port
Good.
side. The moon always rises in the east.
Yes.
Morse code, that you can find on Nancy's computer. The North Star is part of the... Is it the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper?
Not.
Little Dipper?
Am I smart or what?
Haha, Little Dipper. Okay. I happen to know what this says in Morse code after playing this game numerous times. Vote for Holt.
Correct.
But again, you can find that on Nancy's computer. There's a Morse code tutorial. What else? A schooner is a boat with at least 2, is it sails?
No.
Is it masts?
Very
Yeah,
good.
2 masts. The name of the knot below, I think it's is it a fisherman?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's the fisherman's knot. I don't remember what kind of knot it is, but that's something we can also find on Nancy's computer. Same thing as the name of the knot and the types of boats. And then we need to get a male Dungeness crab. And that's what our basket is for. You can find out what a male crab looks like by looking at this postcard here. So the female has a more broad abdomen, Yeah, the abdomen of female is wider than that of a male, and the male has a more narrow abdomen. So we're gonna look for the narrow ones when we go look for crabs. These are the maritime signal flags. There was a game using these flags in the previous game, the Haunted Carousel. And then it also tells you the international communication alphabet, what each letter stands for in that. You can look at these little panels. Voila. The idea here is that you need to get a royal flush. So you need to get 5 of the highest card values in the same suit. So like, and they don't have to be in order or anything. So we could try maybe hearts for this one. Jack. Queen. There's an ace. Get a king in hearts. No. Queen of spades. King of diamonds. Should we try diamonds? Queen of diamonds. What do we got for diamonds? Oh, 10. That could work. Let's get the king of diamonds. Oh, ace? No, that was the ace at the end. Yeah. Okay, so we want the king of diamonds here, which means this would have to have a jack of diamonds. Does that exist? It doesn't. So we could try, we already tried hearts. How about we do spades? It's probably spades. Let's try the 10 of spades there. Ace of spades. King of spades.
I made a royal flush.
Aha! I did. All in spades. So that's that panel taken care of. What else can we look at in the cafe? Can't do anything with this one. Could read a book.
A book on sea monsters. Very cool.
Sea Monsters of North America. This is actually a cool book. It just kind of talks about how sea monsters have been kind of a part of North American folklore for quite a long time. Talks about some of the most famous ones. Among the most notable lake monsters are Champ, the creature said to inhabit Lake Champlain, the 110-mile-long lake which borders New York and Vermont. Bessie is said to frequent the western waters of Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes, while Ogopogo allegedly cruises Okanagan Lake. I probably said that wrong. A body of water about 80 miles long in southern British Columbia. Residents of the Pacific Northwest who live near or spend time on the water occasionally report seeing caddy, short for Cadborosaurus. This monster prefers the sea and has been spotted at various times along the coasts of Oregon and Washington and around Vancouver Island and the Queen Charlotte Islands off the coast of British Columbia. Could they be the same creature? They talk about how they all kind of look very similar. All are described as having long necks and heads that resemble that of a horse or camel. They are said to be snake-like with bodies 1 to 2 feet in diameter and anywhere from 12 to 80 feet long, sometimes moving through the water in straight, log-like fashion, at other times moving as a series of undulating humps. What are they really? Some cryptozoologists, people who study animals whose existence has been described in anecdotes and folklore but never scientifically verified, that sounds like a fun job, theorize that Caddy, Champ, Bessie, and Ogopogo are throwbacks to prehistoric times and are a type of plesiosaur that lives and breeds in underwater crevices and caves. Others say they are more likely to be descendants of Basilosaurus, a serpent-like primitive whale that was 45 to 70 feet long. Debunkers say that what witnesses claim to have seen were nothing more than strange wave formations or bobbing logs, or sturgeon, truly monstrous-looking fish that spend their lives in both fresh and salt water and can grow to be more than 20 feet long. That is true. None of these sea monsters has ever been captured, let alone photographed or videotaped to the satisfaction of skeptics. Occasionally, however, carcasses that fit their description wash ashore or are inadvertently hauled up in fishing nets, but more often than not, these dead creatures turn out to be basking sharks. Why are the carcasses of basking sharks so often confused with those of sea serpents? When alive, a basking shark is huge, over 30 feet long. When it dies and decomposes, the massive gill structure with which it fed drops away, leaving nothing but the small upper portion of its head and its long backbone. Its dorsal fin and the lower tail fluke also slough off, and its pelvic fins become distorted as they decay so that it soon looks like the remains of a long, snake-like creature with flippers. Someday someone will disprove or approve. I personally would love to believe that sea monsters are real things. Like, how cool would it be if there actually is, you know, like a prehistoric monster still living today, just hiding in the lakes. There's just like a small population. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be cool. Let's try hearts. So we've got Jack, 10, and Queen of Hearts already. King of Hearts. We have an Ace of Hearts. There's a Jack of Hearts. Okay, let's make this one the Jack of Hearts. Okay, so can't do that. How about let's try clubs. Ace and 10. There's a Jack. There's a Queen. Do we even... What do we got? 10? No. 10, Jack. A King. King of clubs?
I made a royal flush.
Haha. So we got clubs and spades. So now we just need hearts and diamonds. Can we do it on this one? Let's see. Hearts or diamonds? Ooh, whoops. Just passed by the Queen of Diamonds, which is probably what we're gonna need. Yeah, Queen of Diamonds. 10 of diamonds there. Go back to the Queen. So it's tricky because it keeps changing. King of Diamonds. I'll make this the Queen. That's a Jack. So this should be an Ace of Diamonds.
I made a royal flush.
Yeah, good at this. What else? I don't think we can do this one. No. We needed to know the price of a... Oh, maybe we didn't. No, we need to know the fine for clamming. Let's talk to... This is Jenna.
What can I get for you, Nancy?
Since we haven't met, there's only one way you could know my name.
On the day my Aunt Iris turned this place over to me, she said, Jenna, you're about to become a real good listener. And darned if she wasn't right.
So you own this cafe?
Aunt Iris left it to me 3 years ago. It's been in the Deblin family since the day it was built, which was back in like 1866 or something. So, you're visiting Katie Firestone. My condolences.
Your condolences?
Me and her don't see eye to eye on a couple of things.
What kind of things?
That orca out there should be rejoined with her pod as soon as possible. Period. End of story. No matter what Miss Fancy Schmancy's science degree says. Other people may be bamboozled by all her talk of data charts and field tests and monitoring whatnots, but not me. The only thing she wants is to get that whale into an aquarium. It wouldn't surprise me if Katie's been secretly feeding it, which is against the law, by the way. And you know what else? It wouldn't surprise me if she trashed her own boat, because she knew that after that meeting last night, everybody would assume that Holt did it and not want to vote for him. I got an idea. Let's change the subject.
Does Andy Jason ever come in here?
Everybody comes in here. Know how some people can't go a day without coffee? People around here can't go a day without a bowl of my clam chowder. In fact, if you ever want a free sample, just say the word.
So Andy Jason is one of your regulars?
Actually, he only comes in once or twice a week. Says he's too busy. Of course, the reason he's so busy is because he's too cheap to hire another person to help him run the place. Kinda surprised me when I heard he was trying to buy Katie Firestone out. Must have something up his sleeves, all I can figure.
What do you know about the Shanghaiing that used to go on around here?
It never went on, that's what I know. Shoving grown men into passageways and carting them off to ships never to be seen again? It's just a big, colorful, tall tale. Never happened.
Okay, so I don't know if this is a glitch in my game or if this happens in a lot of people's CDs for this game, but if I try to do the clam chowder first, I can never try the muffin. So I always try the muffin first. I mean, if I do the clam chowder, then this option just disappears, and I never get to try the blueberry muffin. So I always try the muffin, then the clam chowder, and that way I can eat both throughout the duration of the game.
Instead of the chowder, do you think I could try one of those muffins?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Why does game food and just like animated food in general? always look so good.
That was delicious.
Let me get rid of that for you.
Now I want blueberry muffins. Ooh, let's try some chowder too.
Think I could try a bowl of your clam chowder?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
And she just keeps giving Nancy free food throughout the duration of the game.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, so that's pretty much the Hot Kettle Cafe. I think next we'll go to Whale World. So I'll see you in the next episode, fellow detectives. Thanks for watching.